For over a month now, I've been shaving both my face and my head with the Proraso shave soap in a bowl in the scent of Refreshing. The Proraso shave soap comes in a nice sized 5.2 ounce plastic container with a simple squeeze to remove lid. Now the Refreshing scent is a eucalyptus with a very slight hint of menthol in there. I mostly smell the eucalyptus, but I think every nose is a little bit different. And although it is a stronger scent when you are lathering it, it is far from overpowering for those like me that might have a little more of a sensitive nose. As far as the ingredients go, you guys can see them right up here. For the most part, it's all stuff that I've seen in other shave soaps, and for the most part, most of those ingredients are fairly easy to say, which is definitely good for me. However, there are a few in there at the bottom that are a little bit harder. That's why I'm putting them up on screen for you now. To use the Proraso shave soap, it is fairly easy. You just simply squeeze either the lid or the side of the bottom portion of the container to pop that lid off. Wet your brush. Then simply agitate the soap with the wetted brush until you have the amount of lather as well as the consistency that you prefer. Then simply apply it to your face and shave normally. Now my experience using the Proraso shave soap in a bowl for the last just over a month or so has been a fairly good one. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I did indeed use it for my face as well as my head because, well, I ran out of shave cream for the noggin. So I've been using this and it is fairly easy to use. I do have to say that I actually like the smell of it. It is a very nice and, well, like it is aptly named, refreshing scent. It doesn't linger in the air too horribly long, which means that it doesn't get overpowering, and it's just strong enough where when you are making the lather, it gives a nice refreshing scent off of it, and it's not overpowering even when it's like right around your nostrils, which can, for some people, definitely be an issue. Now I found that it didn't take much water at all to get a fairly decent lather. I've been using this here Boar's Hair shave brush for the entirety of using this soap, and I would just basically soak this in some warm to hot water for a couple of minutes. Then I would kind of give it a nice flick and start agitating the soap, and I could get some fairly decent smallish bubbles out of it. Now if you have a bit more water in there, it will make very large bubbles and it's going to be hard to get a nice lather or thicker lather out of it anyway. And although most soaps are fairly water sensitive, I would have to say this one's just a little bit more touchy about the amount of water and the type of lather that it makes. Now, although this does come in a bowl, I'd say that it is a rather small bowl, and it is kind of hard to keep any lather inside of it to get a really nice thick lather. So I would suggest, if you really like the thicker lather, that you have a shave bowl with a decent agitation and depth with this shave soap. As far as the shave itself goes with the Proraso shave soap, I found it to be a very acceptable shave. However, if you like a really slick shave soap, I would suggest that you would probably want to put a little bit of shave oil underneath this, because it's probably about a medium on the slickness scale. So it's not super slick, but it's definitely not one of the drier soaps that I have reviewed and used in the past. I actually used two different razors with this shave soap, and I found that they both worked fairly well with this soap, and I had zero problems with the soap itself while shaving. Now, if I could change anything about the Proraso soap, there wouldn't be much, especially when it comes to the actual product itself, as I think that it's fairly decent as is and doesn't really need to change. However, where I do think that it could use a change is the container that it comes in. Although 5.2 ounces is great, I love it, don't change that at all. I do wish that the lid maybe could be a little bit deeper and have maybe some indentions in the lid itself. That way you could actually use this part of the lid for your shave bowl once you get a little bit of soap on your brush. I think that that would be a really good addition, as the soap bowl lid is the wider mouth of the shave soap. But other than that, I think that this is a fairly decent product. Now, do I think that it's worth the grain in your wallet? Well, actually, this comes in at a low price of about $10 at the time of this recording, and I would have to say that for as much as you're getting for the lather that you can get out of it, I think that it is well worth that $10. If you enjoyed this review, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so that you're notified next time I put out a review or a how-to or one of the other many videos that I put out here. If you would like to see more videos on shaving, check out this playlist up here. Down below, it's going to be a video that you may enjoy as well. Until next time, as always, you have a good one.